Jennifer Matney is back with an all-new Food Positive. This time, she's giving you tips on how to keep yourself hydrated.
Hello, welcome back to Food Positive, where we explore all different kinds of nutrition topics so that we can take a good look at preventative health care and using food as medicine. Now today, we're going to be talking about the importance of hydration. And you might be saying to yourself, I know what I need to know about drinking water. I know it's important, and I know exactly how much I need each day. I'm all good, I'm all set. I think it's important to have a refresher every once in a while just to reorient ourselves and remind ourselves of these basic messages. That water is incredibly important to our bodies, how it affects our bodies, how much we need, and then we'll also be focusing on some of my favorite tips and tricks for making sure we hit that proper hydration each and every day. So there's a reason why healthcare experts often refer to water as vital or necessary, because water affects so many different processes in the body. For example, water helps keep our temperature steady via sweat. It also helps our body to break down and absorb nutrients from our food. And it also helps us to move those nutrients around as needed via the blood. For those of you who are really focused on sticking to a meal plan currently, water actually helps support that as well. So when we drink water, it helps to satiate us, or it helps to diminish those hunger pangs we might be feeling. And in that case, because we feel full, we don't consume food we don't need. In fact, the University of Washington did a study showing that about 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated, which is quite an astronomical number. And in this study, they showed that one glass of water shut down midnight hunger pangs for almost 100% of dieters studied, which is a huge amount. That's almost foolproof. So for those of you out there focused on sticking to your meal plan, you might be struggling, you might be having a rough time of it. Try drinking a glass of water before each meal or before each snack, and that will support you in feeling satiated, in shutting down the hunger, so you can focus on making those healthy choices for your body. So water is incredibly important, incredibly crucial for our bodies on a daily basis. All right, so you might be thinking to yourself, okay, let's do the whole refresher. How much water do I need on a daily basis? So most of you likely know what healthcare experts agree on, which is the number 8 to 12 cups of water a day, or 64 to 96 ounces of hydration. That's perfect for optimal health. You're good to go. What you might not be aware of though is maintaining your water budget. So when we consume beverages, for example, coffee or soda, those beverages, even energy drinks, right? Some of us, some parents out there, we might be reaching for those right now, especially with all the kids going back to school, to help get us through the day. And when we consume those beverages, they're diuretic beverages. So they're gonna leach that hydration from our bodies. So we wake up in the morning, we might reach for a cup of coffee, and then by mid-afternoon, we need a soda or an energy drink, or maybe another cup of coffee. We're leaching that vital water, that vital hydration from our bodies. So we want to make sure we consume our 8 to 12 cups of water each day, and we want to add in any additional water that we might need due to consuming some of those diuretic liquids. When it comes to drinking those 8 to 12 cups of water each day, especially for those of you who are not currently in the habit of doing so, that prospect might seem a little bit daunting. Don't worry, I have some great tips and tricks for you. First, I like to choose those times in my day that cue me to drink some water. For example, when I wake up in the morning, I drink a glass of water each and every day. I drink a glass of water before going to bed. I typically drink a glass of water before meals or before snacks. Sometimes when I'm having trouble reaching those 8 to 12 cups a day, I might consume some right when I get home or right before I leave the house. So it's important for you to get creative and find those cues in your life that are going to help you remember, let me take a break here and drink a cup of water. Now, my second tip is actually to get creative with your flavors of water. So first, I like to focus on herbal or green tea. Sometimes, especially now that we're coming into autumn, I'm feeling the vibe of hot green tea or hot herbal tea. Or you can also brew your tea and then add ice and have a delicious, refreshing iced tea waiting for you. It's one of the best moments of the day. And then the third tip that I have is another flavor recommendation, which involves consuming fruit or vegetable water infusions. So this is actually kind of a typical thing at spas maybe, and you might think to yourself, that's too fancy, or I don't deserve that on a daily basis. And I am here to tell you that you do. You can add things like strawberries and blueberries and rosemary for a beautiful flavor, or you can do my favorite. It's easy, it lasts you all week. I do lime and lemon, mint and cucumber. And I keep the raw ingredients in my fridge. I don't make the water for the whole week, the infusion, but keeping those raw ingredients in my fridge, I'm able to go back and make the infusion every day or every other day or so. And it's super refreshing, super delicious, and it helps me get all of the 8 to 12 cups of water I need each day. Yeah, I highly recommend it. So those are my 3 tricks for making sure I reach those 8 to 12 cups each day. First, I choose cues in my schedule that help me remember to drink water on a regular basis. I might consume some herbal tea or green tea, or I might make my own little fruit, veggie water infusion, which is super refreshing. It helps for those individuals who are not in practice of drinking plain water on a regular basis. It'll help it taste more flavorful for you and encourage you to stick with that habit. So remember, water is incredibly important for our bodies. We need about 8 to 12 cups of water each day, but we want to make sure we're aware of our water budget and we're consuming additional water when we consume those diuretic beverages like coffee or alcohol even, or energy drinks. And we also want to keep in mind some of those tips and tricks so that we get those 8 to 12 cups of water and we don't feel like we're slamming our head against the wall. It feels very effortless and normal, and it helps us to solidify drinking water as a habit, which is a huge goal because we always want those healthy habits for preventative health care. So that's all for Food Positive for this week. If you have any questions, any burning nutrition questions you might have, please feel free to send them to the local scene or Pack TV, or send them along to myself. We want to be focused on those questions that you're interested in, and we would love to cover that information for you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks, Jen.